Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lance again, and I'm here to give you guys another movie review. Today I'm here to review the newest Craig Gillespie film, I, Tonya.
Haters always say, Tonya, tell the truth. There's no such thing as truth. Everyone has their own truth.
I, Tonya stars Margot Robbie in the lead role as Tonya Harding, Sebastian as her husband or ex-husband, and Allison Janney as her mother. For those of you who don't know or are not familiar with the story, this story follows Tonya Harding, who was an American Olympic figure skater back in the early 90s, late 80s. There was an incident between her and another American figure skater by the name of Nancy Harrigan. This film is basically just almost entirely about that incident. Not necessarily always entirely, because what it is a film about her upbringing, the way she was treated by her mother, her relationship with her mother and her family, how she met Sebastian Stan's character, her husband, the abusive relationship that happened between them. She was a very talented young figure skater from a very young age. From early on, she was besting people twice her age. Very, very well gifted young figure skater. And everything that happened around her and the people that she has surrounded herself with kind of led her into this almost downfall. This is a very, I guess you can say, black comedy portrayal of that, because it is very funny. I found myself laughing quite a few times during this movie, and it's intentional. It's meant to make you laugh, and it works for the most part. Everybody's great. Sebastian Stan gives a really good performance as her husband. I forgot his name, bear with me here, but he's actually really good in this movie. He is actually giving his best performance to date. I've only really seen him in the Winter Soldier films or Captain America, Avengers, Marvel. Seeing him in a film like this, which is like kind of like a little bit off-putting to see him in this movie, but it's actually really works for me. I really liked his performance. I thought it was well grounded, and he held his own. Allison Janney, who plays Tonya Harding's mother, is basically the mother from hell, and she is one of the best things about this film because of the fact that she just gives such a great devilish performance. Unlikable to the fullest, but is also kind of likable because she kind of makes you laugh throughout the movie. Throughout the film, there's numerous cuts back and forth to like interviews that take place like 20 years later after the incident or whatever, and you see like an older version of Tonya Harding, her mother, her bodyguard, and just other people that were involved in the incident. You kind of are like laughing because after something happens during real time, it goes right back to what happened in the flashback and vice versa, and it kind of gives that little bit of a comedy feel and a lot of one-liners, a lot of like F-bombs, things of that nature, but it works for the most part. It's a very interesting filmmaking technique that they used here. But everything could not have been as good as it was without the wonderful Margot Robbie. She's just sensational in this film. She gives the best performance I've seen from her yet, and I honestly think that she should get nominated for Best Actress because she is just fantastic. Every film that she's in, good or bad, she's just really good in it. It's one of those things where even if the film suffers just because it suffers from a generic plot, a bad script or whatever, she is just really good. She holds this film throughout the whole entire movie. It's about her, and she makes it about her, and she does a great job with it. As for negatives for the film, if there are any, one of them I guess you can say is that it kind of feels a little bit too much of a biopic. A typical conventional biopic would feature the rise and fall of the prominent subject of the movie, and this is no different than that. Influences from like films such as Goodfellas, which is kind of like a good and bad thing. Doesn't really take anything away from the movie. I'm not saying that it hurts the movie completely or anything like that, but it is something to be noted. The directing is fine, the cinematography is fine. It's a lot of push-ins, a lot of camera angles that are unique, distinct. It's not necessarily something that is like generic and in terms of camera movement. I think there's a lot of really good creative choices here. I definitely give it an 8.25 out of 10. Definitely go see it if they're playing it near you. Yeah, and if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna head out, but if you guys want to, just check out my Twitter account in the description below, and I'll see you guys soon with another movie review. Have a good one, guys.